I'm here. Give everybody a few minutes, man, to hop on in here. Uh, Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Decided to do a little live right now. Kick it with y'all for just a couple minutes, man. Talk my little ish for a little bit. Wait for some people to get in the building first. Then we'll go ahead and we'll jump right into this thing. Not too much. Just screaming at y'all for a little bit. Okay, see one person in here so far. Hope everybody doing all right tonight. Hope everybody feeling good, man. What's up, sugar? I see you in here, beautiful. See you in here. Make sure y'all hit that like when y'all come on in here. Yeah, I decided to go ahead and go live on this one right here because this one's real big. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in the building. What's up, Cypress? I see you in the building, man. Um, okay. All right, man. Um, Make sure y'all hit that like when y'all come on in here. All right. All right, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it right now. You know, Draymond Green, man. I know a lot of people they go at Draymond Green. Uh, I don't necessarily have a problem with Draymond Green, except when he does dumb stuff like this. Okay, and in case y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Steph Curry is frustrated with Draymond Green. This isn't anything new though. Okay, this isn't anything new. Steph Curry over time, uh, he gets tired of Draymond's antics, and it really does affect the team. Okay, now shout out to the brother Ticket TV because he talked about this first, of course. Go sub to Ticket's platforms. Definitely has multiple platforms, and it's on and popping over there now. Um, the thing about it that we gotta realize. What's up with it, Steven? I see you. You said Draymond didn't do anything. Ref's been on BS the whole time. Well, nah, I got to disagree with you on that, Alex. What he did to what he did to what's his name that played for the Heat? I always forget that dude's name. He had stepped out of the league for a minute and came back in, but clearly like did a WWF move to him. Patty Mills, my bad. Um, Man, I mean, I'm disappointed in Draymond. Now, let me say this, all right? A lot of people don't understand, man, that and I'm one of the few that actually would accept Draymond playing for the Sixers or playing because you need a Draymond, you need a dog, you need that enforcer. Okay, now is he an Xavier McDaniel? No. Is he a God rest his soul, Anthony Mason? No. Is he a Rick Mahorn? Of that level. He's not of that caliber, but he is a dog. You know what I'm saying? There, Brooks. You need guys like that on your team, but where they get frustrated and where their teammates get frustrated with them is the fact that they're getting ejected because they do need them. Now we know that the Warriors, I think they ended up going on like I think it was a run that they went on or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Clay ended up playing pretty good, and I wanted to talk about Clay a little bit in there too, because Clay, uh, 1 minute they love Clay, 1 minute they hate Clay. You know what I'm saying? What y'all need with Draymond? Well, there's several things that you need with Draymond, especially way back when. Okay, now with Draymond, keep in mind he was your ball handler at one time. He does bring defense. He does bring a mental edge to the team. He also he's a good screen setter, and we got to look at Dray. I'm looking at Draymond way back when. Has he kind of taken a step back a little bit? Yeah, of course, but he's still beneficial. You know, he's kind of like what you call one of those glue guys and stuff. Um, if you're looking for something pretty, you know, to go out there, a pretty jumper and all the handles crossing people up, Euro people spinning off of people, doing Luka type stuff, then you're not going to get that out of Draymond. That's not what he's about, and that's kind of the reason why you choose a guy like Tim Duncan over Dennis Rodman, Cypress, because you're looking at, oh yeah, well, is this guy gonna score buckets and everything like that? But you got to remember there's intricate pieces to every part. Okay, and Draymond he happens to do that. But the thing about it that's beneficial about Draymond is the fact that um, he brings that edge to a team. Every team has that. That's why they love Derrick Brooks. You said Draymond is another Dennis Rodman. Sometimes uh, hard head the Warriors need to bring that toughness. Well, he's not on the level of Dennis Rodman, but he's up there. He is a champion. But Dennis Rodman was he was on a whole nother level. Okay, he was clearly on a whole nother level. Now that he did some things better than Dennis Rodman. Yeah, he handled the rock, and he set up the offense. They actually ran the offense through Draymond Green. If you go back and look at it, I'm talking about in terms of bringing it up, and then of course Steph is going to come off that pick or whatnot. Yeah, Patty Mills. Well, but the thing about it is how he had pretty much just took him down. Though that could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? And Alex, I understand that you're a Warriors fan, man, and I know you sticking up for your team and stuff, man. But I like Draymond, but sometimes, man, you gotta call the BS out. And also, when it came to like Derrick Brooks, how he was about to undercut LeBron that one time, that could have been a very bad injury. It's stuff like that, man. If you look at his neck, Alex, the way his neck was, man, that's real dangerous. Now, if you played basketball, you understand that, anywhere in your neck area and you snapping back and stuff like that, man, that's real dangerous. That's why they do have the concussion protocol too. I like Draymond that old school defense and get under players' skin. Yeah, absolutely. I love it, man. I love it. Now, are some of the antics uncalled for? Absolutely. Um, could that situation with not Patty Mills, with Jordan Poole, could that have been avoided? Possibly. But fights and scuffles and stuff like that, they go on all the time in the locker room. And it needs to happen in order sometimes for y'all to be closer. Um, there's situations that go on in the locker room all the time, but social media just doesn't pick it up. It just so happened that somebody had leaked that footage out, and then it went viral, and then of course Jordan Poole, he went downhill from there. But yeah, you do need a tough, gritty player like that in Draymond. Um, but Steph Curry, man, where I'm agreeing with Steph Curry on this, man, is it's affecting the team. They're trying to make a play-in push right now, not a play-off push. They're fighting for their play-in life because H-Town is not. They're not slowing down by any means. They're not slowing down by any means. And if H-Town gets into the play-in, that's gonna look real bad. As a matter of fact, I think that they're possibly gonna go ahead and just blow up this thing. It would make perfect sense to, especially the way that they've been getting on Clay and what he's been doing. As far as him going to the bench and stuff like that. I would take Clay Thompson on the 76ers. I'll still take him. Clay can still do some damage. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have those roller coaster games. One game he's up and the next game he's down. But you have to understand, man, what type of injuries this guy has had. Bruce Gas, what's up with it, brother? Hey, make sure y'all go sub to the homie, Bruce Gas, Jazz, and more. I got some boxing videos coming up too, Bruce, man. I got to talk about, man. We got a whole lot of boxing to talk about, but salute to Bruce Gas. Shout out to the whole Lions Den boxing community too. Go sub to his channel, man. But yeah, like with Draymond, man, man, it's just like with Derrick Brooks, man. The team is really they're saying it from a standpoint of, hey, we need you. We don't mind you being edgy. You know what I'm saying? Because like Stephen Green was just saying, Dennis Rodman, he was edgy. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, they had to calm this dude down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Vernon Maxwell. Nobody talks about Vernon Maxwell. Vernon Maxwell was a hothead for Houston. Today's game don't fight in toughness. H-Town is in the rearview mirror. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're right on their heels. And Jalen Green, man, just the emerge. He's been balling the whole season, but it's been covered up, and tonight if they go ahead and they win at 10 straight or whatever, because they play tonight or whatever, it'll be 10 straight, man. They are really gonna be cooking with some grease, man. I want H-Town. Listen, I want H-Town to get in there, man, because I like what Ime Udoka is doing. He's got these young boys playing. That's what I was saying yesterday before I unfortunately got pulled over by the laws. Yeah, I got pulled over by the cops yesterday. Make sure y'all hit the like, man. Get the likes up, please. Please get the likes up. Hit the likes, man. But like I said, man, you need a chippy player like Draymond on the team. A lot of people don't like it. Some people hate it. Some people love it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've never, me, and I got a lot of I got a lot of the LDBC brothers that feel a way about Draymond. You know what I'm saying? About the fact that he's 100 mil and he's not playing up to the contract and all this other stuff or whatever. But deep down inside, if Draymond was to step out and let's say he did exercise, his rights to leave and everything, Golden State. Let's say he did want to leave. There would be a lot of teams that would reach out after Draymond. I'm talking about earlier in his career. But like I said, man, Steph Curry, he's getting tired of it. He's getting tired of it, man. And they're trying to make a playoff. They're trying to make a play-in push right now. They can't have Draymond because I think he has four ejections for his career. That's the most that he's had in his career. 4 ejections. That's the most that he's had. So this has got to stop, and we got to realize that he was on an indefinite suspension. The league had let him back in and stuff. So we just got to look at it from that standpoint. The team, as bad as the team may be doing right now, they do need a Draymond. they do need a Draymond type on their team or whatever, because he brings that edge. You gotta have a teammate that's gonna bring that edge out. Okay. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk about too. Now the Mavericks have really been balling. I got to give them credit. Okay. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. In the beginning, that's something that the Mavericks and Luka tend to do. They play like ass in the beginning. All right, and of course they played like ass last year. Um, Luka and Kyrie have been balling. Okay, Luka, I'm impressed with his playmaking lately. The play ain't gonna help them and the Lakers. Possibly, possibly, but I don't see the Lakers. But Cypress, you heard what Paul Pierce said today, right? He said that if LeBron ends up going from ninth to win championship, he's gonna be the undisputed GOAT. And I disagree with Paul Pierce on that. I disagree with him on that because the fact that you're going from ninth to number one. Okay, but that really wouldn't have anything to do with LeBron. I guarantee you it would have to do more so with AD because he's been the best player. So I can't give Paul Pierce that. Now, if he comes out, and I'm just talking about on a surge where he's killing every series and AD takes a step back, then possibly, you could have, that sort of discussion. You said, do you think Draymond will get traded after the season? I don't know. But I think they're going to break that team up. What's up with it, Ron? What's up with it, Ted? I think, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what, if they do break it up, they're going to start to usher, as I was telling my brother Herm on his stream, shout out to Herm. I told them that they need to go ahead and start building around a guy or looking forward to building around Kaminga. Because Jonathan Kaminga, as soon as Jonathan Kaminga gets his shot right and he becomes more consistent, then you'll start to see them possibly build around him, because everybody else right now, they're just not on one accord, and I just see them breaking things up. But we got to also realize that Kerr, he got that contract extended. You said LeBron has to win 6 or 7 rings to be the GOAT. Some people don't even feel that way because they'll feel like it's a longevity type of deal. Um, I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna say this one time, right? I'll say this again. Uh, Look, when it comes to LeBron, right? We gotta understand when you talk about a guy like MJ, who everybody compares him to. MJ did it in less time. He did it in less time. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, okay, with Pat Mahomes right now. Why you think he's in the GOAT conversation? Because he's only played in the league what 6 years, 6 years, I think 5 6 years, and he already has three championships. He's already got 3 Lombardis. He's doing it in less time, and he's not. He hadn't even. This dude hadn't even reached 30 yet. So you got to put it in that perspective. So by the time, and you got to think about it, Tom Brady was like, you know what I'm saying, playing well off into his 40s, and winning chips too. So I made that comparison. You got to think about it. If people are looking at it, Stephen, like, okay, yeah, you played 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 seasons. Well, hell yeah, you're supposed to have some rings by now. You better have some rings. You better be leading scorer. You better be leading this. But he's also the leading in turnovers, okay? Shout out to Two Rock for TV. He put everybody on game. He's about to be the all-time leader in missed field goals, okay? And that's both for the playoffs and as well as the regular season, okay? But you don't see Jordan uh, accomplishing any of those bad feats. You know what I'm saying? Jordan, the worst that you could probably say about Jordan is what his 3-point percentage, and that wasn't even all that bad. But you got to talk about free throws. He's not the best free throw shooter. You know, it's a lot of stuff that goes in with that too. You know what I'm saying? But he's going to take a hit. But I don't think that like the rings are going to necessarily just automatically climb him up there. And that's what I keep saying about Kobe. The fact that Kobe is still there at 5 and he automatically gets to skip them, it just doesn't make any sense to me. But everybody brings up the finals MVP and stuff like that. But we also, if you want to go with that argument, well, has LeBron three-peated? No, he hasn't. Okay, the only thing he did was back to back. Kobe did it back to back, and he three-peated, and he didn't have a whole bunch of people winning on his watch like LeBron did. No, 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 no. Rebuild. Do you know how long it'll take to be a championship team? It take years about the world. I don't know. I don't know. With the Warriors, I don't think honestly, I don't think it'll take an extreme long time. Dependent, it just depends on who they have now. Okay, Curry, he's 36. You got Wiggins. We don't know if he'll be there. We got to think about what type of era they're gonna usher in, because you got to think about it. The Warriors, they had the Rick Barry era. You know what I'm saying? Really, they had the Wilt Chamberlain era when they were the Philadelphia Warriors. They had to run TMC. You know what I'm saying? When they had Tim Hardaway, uh, Chris Mullin, and Mitch Richmond. Okay, they had them. They had that era. Then, of course, they had the C Webb era, and they had C Webb, Latrell Sprewell. They had that era. Then they went on. They had like Chris Gatlin and all that stuff. Then they had the Baron Davis. They had the Baron Davis era. Andre when he dunked on Andre Karolinkio and the Steven Jackson and the Monte Ellises and stuff. And then from the Monte Ellis era, then it was the Ellis era going into the Steph, kind of going into that Steph Curry era. Steph Curry was kind of getting injured. They didn't know about him. Then Steph Curry, Mark Jackson, he took a leap of faith, chose Steph Curry, and started developing them. Clay brought in Draymond. Took them a couple years. Then they started to build that dynasty. So I kind of see what you're saying. What's up with it? The brother T Price in the building, man. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to the brother T Price, Old Head Podcast. Boy, boy, boy. Sweet 16. Sweet 16, man. H-Town. Hey, man. Hey, I'm torn, man. I'm torn, T Price. I'm torn, brother. Man, I pick H-Town, but we got to play them, man. It's like, either way, man, I don't care who wins. If Duke wins, hey, I'm happy. If H-Town wins, I'm happy because of Texas, man. Ring's important because I put a stamp on the legacy to have high statics to play this game. I mean, they're important, but that doesn't define the player, because if that's the case, then why are they putting LeBron as the GOAT and he only has 4 rings? Okay, Tim Duncan's got 5 rings. Kareem has 6 rings. Okay, and he's got the same amount as Michael Jordan. Kobe got 5 rings. You know what I'm saying? To a lesser degree, when we talk about some other players, Robert Horry got 7 rings. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Robert Horry is on that level or whatever, or he was the main player. But if we're gonna talk about, rings, you know what I'm saying? No, that's not the only thing though. It's also how you did it. We're talking about a guy in Jordan, man, that three-peated. You know what I'm saying? There's only a very few players in history that have three-peated. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about being the main player. Yeah, Havlicek had 8 rings. Yeah, Ted, I know. I put that. Havlicek got 8 rings, and he's 8-0 in the finals. You know what I'm saying? But are they looking at John Havlicek as the GOAT? No. Yeah, he had like 8 rings, but man, look, bro. I used to look at it like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to look at it, how many rings he got, how many rings he got, how many rings he got, and stuff like that. But we also got to look at the situation that some of these guys were placed in. Like Mitch Richmond, he was always a dynamic player. You know what I'm saying? Now, was he Michael Jordan? No, he wasn't. But all those years that he was in Sacramento, he wasted a lot of time there, being on, losing team, couldn't ever get over no hump or anything. But then when he went to when he finally got a ring or whatever, he was older. And it's the same thing with several other players. You said George Michael was the first player to three-peat. You said fans still have Montana over Brady, and he has four. I don't got Montana over Brady, and I like Montana. Matter of fact, uh, if Dan Marino would have won a ring, I Dan Marino would have won a couple rings, and honestly I would have had Dan Marino over both of them. I'm gonna be real with you. I like just the way that Dan Marino played the quarterback position. I know some people gonna trip out when I say this, but Dan Marino, man, he was that guy, man, and he wasn't all scrambling and doing all that other stuff. He was just strictly a pocket passer. Go back and look at Dan Marino. But yeah, Luka and Kyrie have really been playing really good, but I don't think that Kyrie is getting the respect that he truly is. Of course, the media is going to go ahead and they're going to say Luka, Luka, Luka. I'll give Luka this. He has played more games because Kyrie has missed quite a few games this season. But Kyrie is shooting better. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting. He stays on that track of being a 54 a 50-40-90 guy. LeBron the GOAT because leading scorer took 3 teams to the final. Defensive Player of the Year in '09. Sorry, Steven. He never won Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. Um, just because you're the all-time leading scorer, that doesn't make you the GOAT. You got to think about how long he played. You better have that much, and then also, you know, there was another thing that you got to look at too. Not only was Jordan, I think Jordan was 9-time scoring champion and first team all defense in the same season. Kobe did that 3 times. Only other player to do that, I think, was Jerry West. You don't see LeBron on that list. You have to play both ends of the floor. And I know I bring Curry um, into it a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think the knock that Curry gets is that he's not a defender. He's not an on-ball defender. Curry does play defense. Okay, is it the defense of a Dennis Rodman caliber or something like that? No, it's not. and you took three teams to the finals, but look how you took those three teams to the finals. You had to run when the going got tough. You know what I'm saying? You had to learn how to win. You had to learn from a D Wade how to win, and a guy that won a championship before you did. You know, with a Shaq that was kind of going downhill a little bit. You know, he wasn't the same Shaq, but he single handedly led that Miami team before injuries took a toll on D Wade. You know, I mean, but yeah, he didn't get defensive player of the year that year. It was Marc Gasol. Um, is does he did he have a case for it? Yeah, but Marc Gasol, I think he it was his I think it was his win shares. It might have been his win shares that carried him over. But um, as far as Luka and Kyrie though, Kyrie has been the better player in my opinion throughout this stretch. Luka's getting all of the credit and stuff. He played brilliant against the Kings, but I don't think that people are really looking at Kyrie, the amazing stuff that he's been doing, man. You know what I'm saying? While playing with Luka, he's been he's been attacking the rim more. I've seen Kyrie dunk more this season than I've seen in the past. I've actually seen Kyrie dunk more this season than I've seen him dunk in the past. Him going through the middle, and you don't even think that he's about to dunk, and he actually puts it up. He putting it up over the rim. So they got to stop. Always giving credit to Luca, and all this other stuff because Luca hasn't been the one. And then we also got to look at Derek Lively. What about Derek Lively that's been helping Dallas? They always want to give credit to just one guy, but they're actually making Luca's job more easier. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. I wanted to get on here, chop it up with y'all for a little bit. Um, Make sure y'all hit the like button and sub to the channel too if you're not a member, and hit them notification. Please hit the notification. You said the 2011 finals hurts him. Yeah, and some people put the 2007 finals in there. The fact that he got swept. Uh, I mean, he was young. You know what I'm saying? But there are some people that are going to be like, nah, we can't give him that because Magic Johnson was a rookie and he won in '79. What you thinking about? What you thinking about? T Price, you got that emoji up. 2011, yeah, man. That you know, they always gonna bring that up, man. They're always gonna bring that up, just like they always bring up, Jordan getting stopped by the Detroit Pistons. Uh, they always bring up when Magic didn't show up when against Boston. They called him Tragic Johnson. When they got on Kareem in the finals. Everybody has. You said 2014 finals versus Kawhi. Yeah, yep, yep. Before Kawhi had actually emerged, before he had emerged, that was the beginning of Kawhi. That was Kawhi's coming out party. That was his coming out party, and that's why, like, some people forget what Kawhi has done, man. Like they talk about Kawhi as if like this guy is like a shell of himself or something like that. No, Kawhi, if he retired today, he'll be a Hall of Famer. That's what people talk. That's what people talk like. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. It was good chopping up with you. Uh, Make sure y'all hit that like I said, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications too. And be sure to share this video too as well. I'll be dropping some more heat later. Till then, straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole Lions Den, both basketball and boxing community. Till then, man, I'll get at y'all later.